Greetings again from Peoria, Illinois, and I'm sitting here with one of my partners in crime, teachers from the Backgammon Learning Center, one of the top players in the world, John O'Hagan, to explain a little quandary I have about the cube action in this situation. We have red on roll holding a 2 cube, and red is 5 away, and blue is 6 away. And the question here is, should red double? And if red doubles, should blue take or drop? So let me give you a minute to think about this, and then I'll ask you a second question, and we'll go from there. So the question is whether or not red should double and blue should take. But the other question that I want to ask you as a follow-up is, if the score were reversed and it was 6 away, 5 away, how would that change the cube action? And for our expert commentary, I'll give you John O'Hagan.
All right, Phil. So the answer to the first question with red on roll is, are you sure that blue has a take? Obviously, blue does have a take, so that's an easy one. So the question is, should red redouble, despite the fact he's only got 19 winners? And the analysis that we will go through, if it turns out totally marginal as to whether or not red should redouble or not, we should lean towards not redoubling because of the VIG of red rolling one of his 17 numbers that don't get off, blue then rolls a 2-1. But if the comparison of doubling versus no doubling is not close, that's not enough to make a big difference. So let's just look at, let's just treat this as a last roll position, which this almost is. So the formula is risk over risk plus gain. So what's the risk here by redoubling? Okay, if you don't redouble and you lose this game, you will be 5 away, 4 away, which using Neil's numbers will give you about 42.5% match winning chances. Okay, if you do redouble and lose this game, you'll be 5 away, 2 away, which gives you about 26% match winning chances. So the risk from redoubling is 16.5. At least that's the way I would analyze it over the board. It might not be exactly that according to the actual match equity formula. I'm sure it's close, though. But 16.5 is the risk. So now let's look at the positive side. What's the gain? If you don't redouble and you win this game, you'll be ahead 3 away, 6 away, which again, using Neil's numbers, will make you about a 71% favorite to win the match. If you do redouble and win this game, you'll be ahead Crawford 6 away, which, let me figure this out here for a second. 6 1/4. So that will be 91%. Okay, if I'm doing this right. Make sure I'm right on this. No, that's not right. It's actually 11% for him. So it's 89% for you. So the risk, as we said earlier, was 16.5. The gain from redoubling is the difference between 89 and 71, which is 18. So therefore, you can redouble in last roll position even if you're a small underdog. And here you're a small favorite. You're 19 to 17 favorite. So the correct action is redouble take.
Okay, John, I understood that this was a redouble and a take, and I, without going into the detail that you go into, I just sort of felt it was probably a redouble and a take. Now, here's what really makes me wonder about these things. If you reverse the score, and you make red losing in the match, normally you would think that you would be doubling faster, and the answer is it's not a redouble if you're losing, but it's a redouble if you're winning. So it's all about the match equity and the loss and the risk that you gain and lose from doubling and not doubling. How am I supposed to do this over the board?
Okay, well, you go through the same method that I just described. You say, first of all, if you don't redouble and lose this game, you will be down 6 away, 3 away, okay, which is 29%, okay? If you do redouble and lose this game, you will be 6 away Crawford, which is 11%. So the risk is 18, the difference between 29 and 11. 18. Just remember that. Now let's look at the gain side. If you don't redouble and win this game, you'll be ahead 4 away, 5 away, which is about 57.5% match-winning chances. If you do redouble and win this game, you'll be 2 away, 5 away, which is about 74%. So you gain 16.5. So the risk is 18, the gain is 16.5. So you're not that big of a favorite. You're close, but not quite. So it's a small, no redouble.
Thank you, John. So there you have, which matches up with, of course, what Extreme Gammon says. And Extreme Gammon uses no emotion, just like John doesn't do in these positions, but I'm all emotion. I know that in a position like this, I am certainly going to double a human being when I can over the board. I will double these positions almost every time. So thank you for your watching, and thank you for your time, and we'll see you at the next tournament. Bye-bye.